It was good with y'all. When you spark up the stream, you see all those buttons below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We're about to talk to Proctor Ingram. I killed all the super mutants.
Proctor, I came across a
You know?
holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I built too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxson gave you all of the details. Good luck, Knight.
Liberating the Commonwealth is a huge responsibility. We'll get the job done.
If Elder Maxson ordered me to follow him to the gates of hell, I'd be the first one to kick him over.
The human-looking synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight.
That was Tex Beneke. There's this bit of news that might interest you. If not, hang on a minute and I'll go back to
Bridwin's Hall can take plenty of punishment. Always.
If you hadn't heard, I guess maybe someone didn't. That the Green Tech building was where those mercenaries lived. The Gunners. That's it. That was like base.
Elder Maxson got that.
Ah, fuck.
Those guys were tough, so I mean, I guess whoever killed them had to be even tougher, right? And there's I don't even know if this is true or not, but there's this rumor that maybe the Institute was involved.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
But that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably. Segue. Back to the music. I guess. Johnny Mercer is up next. I don't think this song's all that great, really, but some people like it.
Hold up, Knight. Let me... Knight?
Captain,
As I was saying, Knight, the Brotherhood has been monitoring the Commonwealth for some time now, ever since we learned of the synth threat. We've dispatched a number of reconnaissance teams. Paladin Dance's squad was far from the first.
The previous team was dispatched 3 years ago. They never reported back. Officially, they're missing. Presumed dead.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Then you still have a lot to learn about the Brotherhood.
They knew the risk. They faced it with courage. And we honor their sacrifice. We don't feel sorry for them.
Your orders are to search for the missing recon team and recover their effects. Report to me with your results. Is that understood?
Understood.
Their insertion point was in the hills near Malden. Survey the area and establish a search pattern.
Monitor your radio for distress signals. All recon teams are issued distress pulsars that put out a short-range homing beacon.
Acquire a signal, and you should be able to trace it back to its source. That's all, Knight. Dismissed.
Looks like we have a thruster imbalance. Tweaking pitch.
Engine turbines at 87% efficiency.
System deltas at 100%. Secondary delta standing by.
Dr. Lee is a valuable asset. If any harm comes to her, I'm holding you personally responsible.
Attention all personnel. Research patrols are a crucial facet of our operation here in the Commonwealth. Any Brotherhood soldiers that have not received a research patrol assignment should speak to Proctor Quinlan immediately.
Welcome back. I heard about the operation.
I've served on this vessel for years. It's the only home I know.
Never did understand how you folks ate inside those big tin cans. Don't let those scientists do something stupid. The Institute is a fool's paradise.
Fire at will!
And I'm cooked.
Attention. Halbert pilot to Station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
How can a machine believe it's alive?
inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud.
I have a stealth boy on. What the?
Well, the Brotherhood's got a lifetime supply of nuclear ordnance thanks to you.
Let me see what you have.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
Don't let Maxon's age fool you. He's a brilliant tactician and an experienced soldier.
Food in the mess hall isn't bad.
If it looks dead,
Well, as long as you don't smell it.
I take the chance. Picking on a jet ball without backup. Great way to get yourself killed.
Maxon might appear compassionate, but I can assure you, the Institute will face his wrath.
I wonder. Will I die in power armor if I do this? No, I won't. See, chat, yeah, chat. Prospects ain't looking too good right now. How to find Dr. L.I. in Fallout 4 mission From Within.
To find Dr. Lee during the From Within quest, 1. Enter the Institute. 2. Head to the Advanced Systems Division, Blue Lit Wing. 3. Locate her in the main lab area, or the bioscience section. If she isn't there, check your map marker. She occasionally wanders into the Institute concourse for meals. Would you like me to guide you through the dialogue options?
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Just as you gave life to Carlos, he gave life to many of us.
Doctor.
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions. You have my word.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences Division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation.
Yes, oh yes. Are there any bobbleheads in the Institute?
I encountered an error doing what you asked.
Are there any bobbleheads in the Institute in Fallout 4?
Actually, there are no bobbleheads located inside the Institute. If you are a completionist looking to grab everything before you potentially blow the place sky high or get kicked out, here's what you should look for while you are there. 1. The Astoundingly Awesome Tales magazine. This is the only major permanent collectible in the building. Location: in the living quarters, the residential area. Specific spot: go to the top floor of the residential spiral. It is sitting on a small triangular table on the balcony outside the living quarters of Holdren and Carlin. Effect: Dog meat permanently takes 10% less damage. 2. Experimental weapons and gear. Liam's glasses. If you help Liam Benet during the Plugging Elite quest, you can get these glasses. Plus 2 int, minus 1 CHA. Laser Rifle. A unique laser rifle with the never-ending effect. You can get this from Sean after completing the main story if you side with the Institute. A quick tip for your collection. If you're looking for the intelligence bobblehead, which most people expect to be in the Institute, it's actually over at the Boston Public Library. Would you like the exact directions to the library or help with any other collectible locations?
Operating at full capacity.
Try to stem. Instead of laying on Plymouth Rock will land on them.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
I'm afraid it's bad news.
Since when do you know what I consider bad news? Just let me hear it. They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Don't let those scientists talk you into doing something stupid. The Institute is a fool's paradise.
Watch your...
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
As the beginning, or what should I upgrade first?
Deciding on your first few
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes.
Whole plating integrity looks...
Elder Maxon.
I'm eagerly awaiting Liberty Prime's completion. Knight. Return to your duties.
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
In my experience, hot shots and big mouths end up with closed captive flames.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
He didn't tell me anything.
Makes sense. We've been trying to keep it under wraps until the time was right. Come on. It's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
Huh. I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Prydwen, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Our vertebrates.
Welcome to the stream.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below. Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck. Thank you.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
I never liked...
It's having squires aboard.
Should I use power armor in early game in Fallout 4?
Save it for difficult missions. Fusion cores are rare early on, and repairing the T-45 suit drains your limited aluminum and steel supplies. Would you like a list of locations where you can find extra fusion cores?
Guns blazing is a good way to get yourself killed.
In terms of keeping the Tribune running,
Really intensive, nerdy video. So just kind of stick around, okay? We're gonna get into a little bit of weeds first. I promise you, it's gonna be a little bit of an interesting ride. A day ago, there was a researcher by the name of Mahmoud Al-Qudsi. Now, Mahmoud is an individual that, you know, is a super nerd, okay? What we're gonna talk about are fonts today, okay? The fonts we use to write videos, the fonts we use to, like, put text into video, the fonts. You know, the shit that goes A to Z on our desktop. Now, for instance, inside this actual research, he said that there's been a lot of complaints about the competency and the logic behind the latest Epstein release, which is true. There's actually been thousands of documents that have actually been removed, simply because the government leaked out victims, unfortunately. Now, one of those things was actually on the Epstein Reddit, which they kind of are it being kind of risky to look at. Obviously, the original data set, this is the link right over here. If you go to it, well, it seems like it's not there. Unfortunately, the victims of this are constantly being re-victimized because you bet your ass somebody downloaded this and stuck it on the dark web or even an archive website out there, which, you know, unfortunately, all right, for the victims in this situation, it is what it is, okay? The government failed you, as they failed many people. but I'm more interested in this story of unredaction because I feel, maybe, just possibly, it could potentially lead to an actual serious sick fuck being exposed in this situation. Now again, there's a lot of good news to talk about, but this news over here, let's get back to it. So for instance, according to our friend Workday over here, he was thinking...
Ingram?
Wow, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Nothing to report right now, Knight.
What is the most dangerous enemy in Fallout 4?
Statistically, the enraged fog crawler, or Harvard DLC, is the most dangerous enemy, while the mythic Deathclaw is the highest level creature in the base game. The enraged fog crawler features a massive 4,000 physical damage resistance, making it nearly immune to standard ballistic weapons. Top threat rankings, strongest stats, enraged fog crawler DLC, most lethal, base game, mythic Deathclaw, deadliest combatant, assaultion dominator, due to stealth and instant kill base game.
One that, to kind of correct, I saw that there's one email at 9 line of 9-year-old, and probably is like a 9-year-old, simply because the equal sign in that section in the entire email is an encoding error. Now, whether it's 9 or 19-year-old or even 29-year-old, the context of that image I was looking at was incredibly nefarious. So ultimately, I still think we should look into the person involved in that email chain and look for a serious investigation there. But I wanted to correct myself for the record. So right over here, you can see that he mentioned something known as EFTA 004, 00459. So if we open that actual file over here, he's uploaded it to the Internet Archive, but you can see this on the Justice website as well. So for Boris Nikolin, hi Boris, thank you for this message. Were you able to change your meeting time and then your flight time as well? So, looks like an email, but it's got its standard black bar redactions. Well, he mentions over here the hex characters go on for 76 pages and represent the file DBC12 one-page invite with reply.pdf, encoded as base64 so that it can be
Fuck off!
Using a monoscope to inform at the right margin. That's and how that's not the case when we
Damn, dude.
That's because it actually wasn't a great OCR.
Jaguar was straight on my dick, bruh.
Some of them not even legal base 64 characters, such as the comma and the right bracket or left bracket, while other characters have been omitted altogether, giving us content that we can't use. So basically, according to the researcher, he tried the easiest alternative, which was again to load this up in PDF and run the OCR process through Adobe Acrobat again. But there is a problem, right? Not every single bit of OCR is actually great. Not every single process runs fine. In fact, the best process that I think ended up coming out of this write-up was Amazon's Textract, which was their special formats. Now, this is where the nerd shit comes in. Basically, Mahmoud points out that the worst problem is that the text is rendered in possibly the worst typeface for the job at hand. Now, I tend to disagree. They always made us use this shit in middle school when we were typing. It is what it is. If you're a font enthusiast, honestly, I'm really not. Okay. You're probably shaking with a mix of PTSD and rage. But for the benefit of everyone else, I'd say that Courier New is not a great font. It was a digitization of the venerable Courier font face, commissioned by IBM in 1950. Courier was used for IBM typewriters, including the IBM Selectric, and in the 90s it was digitized directly from the golf ball of the IBM Selectric by Monotype and shipped with Windows 3.1. So again, we're getting into the point of Windows 3.1 and fucking Windows Vista. So if you're already bowing out as a nerd, stick around just a little bit, okay? I'll dilute the...
Alright, Mudahar. I need to lock it. I'm assuming I'm looking for an MRI machine.
Identify intruder detected. Beginning search.
Stand still. Shall begin. Trundling around looking something.
And if they're laying in the area, this notice required by law. Initiating search for hostile target. Going down. Continuing search. Basement. Warning, dangerous fugitive.
Got it.
Do not attempt to apprehend. Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Hold still, will you?
Commencing walk out deadly.
What the hell was he really gonna do? Can we be honest?
Initiating search for hostile target. Attention. Fugitives should be considered armed and dangerous.
Ooh. Yes, yes, give me that.
Going up. Second floor. Going up. Ground floor. Ground floor. Going up. Basement.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Alright! It's gonna be one of those missions, isn't it? Alright, Twinnaman roll.
Going down. Basement. Basement. Going down. Second floor.
This is now a combat zone. You may suffer harm up to and including death if you remain in the area. This notice required.
How about a bit of good news?
Beginning pursuit.
If you haven't already seen it, which I did, so I know it's true. Just something
Continuing search
Nick Valentine
for
is back in town.
not be alarmed. Walk in
Well, they thought.
Going up.
Like, ever. Orange colored sky. My neck came
Ground floor.
It's a real classic.
Going up. Basement.
Initiating search for hostile target.
Going down. Basement. Basement.
Warning, dangerous.
Going down.
Attempt to apprehend.
Second floor.
Fugitive has evaded pursuit. Law enforcement authorities now have primary responsibility for apprehension.
Ground floor. Going up. Basement.
Fugitive is attempting to evade capture. Beginning pursuit.
Going down. Basement. Basement. Going down. Second floor.
Protect and serve.
Bomboclat!
Not the alarm. Order will be restored soon. Stand by. Your cooperation is required.
Excuse me, should you be out of your room? Shall I administer
That song was, Hold On. It was by Three Sons. And, oh, never mind. So, there are some rumors out there in the Commonwealth that I have heard.
What should I use Nuka-Cola Quantum for in Fallout 4?
That actually helps. They help synths who want to escape the Institute.
In Fallout 4, Nuka-Cola Quantum is best used for AP restoration. It instantly restores 100 action points, making it elite for VATS heavy combat. Crafting. You need it to build Nuka grenades, which deal massive explosive and radiation damage. Quests. Save 30 bottles for Sierra Petrovita in the Nuka World DLC quest, The Cappy in a Haystack. Would you like to know the best locations to farm more bottles?
Why do these objects keep moving?
How about Johnny Mercer? Kind of wonder if this one is supposed to be a joke.
You've got
Does anyone know?
And you've got the L, okay? Now, if you're looking at it really closely, you don't have to have 20/20 vision to realize, whoa.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother.
Difference, Buddha. Well, I guess this is the L, and the one has a bit of a dick curve at the top. Now, the combination of the two faults that they listed over here makes Courier New a terrible choice as a programming font. But as a font used for base 64 output, you want an OCR, you really couldn't pick a worse option. To add fuel to the fire, you're looking at SVG outlines of the fonts, meticulously converted and all defined detail. One of the NC fonts released by the DMJ, all they did was have low quality JPEGs to deal with, right? So again, we have bad scans and terrible typeface to kind of deal with, okay? So again, the issue is
Put two in the head and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Carry food with you, or you'll end up eating some
Proctor
pretty
Ingram.
questionable things
That's
to stay
all
alive.
4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, there's actually a silver lining here. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what we're asking you to do. Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier of the glowing sea. I suggest you head out there first and establish a signal protocol with her so that the nukes can be airlifted out once you've located them. Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime up and you can say hello. Good luck, Knight.
Well, maybe it's not just a rumor. I mean, it is as far as I know, of course, but I mean, they may actually be out there. It sounds kind of crazy, if you ask me. And if it were real, it'd be super dangerous, I bet. I think it's way safer to just sit here and play music.
Why do these objects keep moving?
As I move them, and I forget. Here's music. Here's Uranium Rock, a song about people getting rich by finding uranium. That worked out real well for all of us, didn't it? I'm joking, just joking. It went poorly.
Alright, chat, I gotta go use the bathroom. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, chat.
Unfortunately, the contractor that developed the Voltec server for the DOJ did a pretty crappy job. And that's just the thing. When you spot one crappy job done, okay, maybe, just maybe, there are other fail points that we could take advantage of. Anything to help identify some sickos that are actually being protected by the government. Because honestly, if the government can just victimize victims...
to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Helen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been to the Glowing Sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
For those
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. This place is holy. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Trust me, I'm on your side here. I want to help you out.
Atom has no need of help from non-believers. When he returns to us, these relics will carry his word and his glory to all corners of the earth. That is why they must be safeguarded.
I want to spread his, glory. Look, the bombs will get used, okay? Isn't that what you want?
Your words ring hollow. I do not hear Atom's voice in yours. You seek to further your own ends, not his. The relics will remain, and you will leave. Now.
This is your last warning. Show me the nukes, or else.
No! Your time on this world has ended. Face Atom's wrath and despair.
Ambush. Defensive protocols engaged.
This is crazy. I've never seen so many nukes in my life. It's crazy. Wow. Sorry. Oh, I feel bad for killing that dude. Had to be done though. Let's take me back up to the surface. Bro. off my dick! What is the origin of the "who is this" reaction image meme?
The image you're asking about features Mutahar Anas, better known as the YouTuber Some Ordinary Gamers. In the meme world, this specific image is often paired with the text, "Who is this?" or "Who is this guy?" And it's used as a reaction to express confusion, disbelief,
Bro.
They should never get away with protecting anybody that is in faction president in this case. Come on. Now again, the point of this is, like, we can't unredact every single file, right? Like, that's just not gonna happen. The reality of the redaction process is they've already fucked up the redactions. I even mentioned it in the last video talking about this, where there were actual duplicates of a file where, again, some things were redacted in one file, but they weren't clearly redacted in another. So whoever was doing this clearly didn't put much thought into it. But for the actual DOJ who let these base 64 files go around, again, the important aspect of this is, if you can pull these attachments that are given out in base 64, and you're able to absolutely deal with the ad scans, and once you can get past that L or 1 issue, and deal with these shitty fonts that are being used, if all the stars kind of align, you know, sort of the meat is there, you could possibly rebuild what's in these attachments, from my understanding, through the actual base 64, which I guess the government decided to just leave out there. Now, while they're scrambling to remove anything that was unredacted, I think it's interesting to know that, you know, if these are documents, for instance, right, or possible, you know, pieces of evidence that we can use to expose really sick individuals, that's where the focus should kind of be. So, I told you there was a lot of nerd shit to talk about, and, you know, I might have even gotten a few aspects of this wrong, because when we're getting into the font stuff, it's like hella nerdy for me, but I thought it was interesting to bring up because, hey, look, you know, obviously I have a severe interest in these files, as I'm pretty sure many other people do. But the government wants us to sort of look away now that I guess these have been out there. There's more questions than anybody has had before. And the more you look into it, the more you realize that, listen, there were two ways. I was probably not going to make this video because I've already kind of black-pilled on it enough. But there actually have been investigations that have started in other parts of the world. Now, even in America, where the DOJ is kind of sitting on their...
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find. I'll work with... Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime, Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
With him on our side, I don't see how the Institute even stands a chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
This wasn't necessary, Ingram.
Come on. You earned the damn thing. Besides, Liberty Prime isn't about to run out and get you a gift. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Prydwen. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible. We really should just stay out of each other's way.
At Victoria.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
I suspect you're saying exactly what I want to hear, Knight. Do you wish to try again?
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
Because you never expected this information to see the light of day. Now tell me the truth, before I have you thrown over the side of the Prydwen.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, it doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
With pleasure. I'll make him pay for lying to us.
I appreciate your cooperation. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Dude, he has so much aura, I swear.
Attention. Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2. Bravo 6-4 to Armor Bay 2.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you have to say? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to do this with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
The human-looking synths are the worst.
So you're the new knight I heard about. Glad to have you on the...
With Liberty Prime back in action, this war's as good as won. Now, what can I do for you?
I'll take a look.
Be my guest.
understand how you must be feeling, brother.
Dance betrayed us all. But liberating the Commonwealth is a huge responsibility. But we'll get the job done. Don't despair, brother. We're here to save the Commonwealth. Never forget, you are the eyes and the ears of the Brotherhood. If you see or hear anything suspicious, it is your duty.
Looks like Liberty Prime's coming along.
We live in enemy
Wait to see him
territory
smash
now.
the Institute.
Your vigilance could mean the difference between life and death. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Ad Victoriam, Squires.
Ad Victoria.
Dismissed. Damn Feral. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
There are days I miss being out in the field. Usually during lunches.
Hey.
Pull up a stool, Knight. Proctor Tegan's looking for folks to procure some supplies from local farms. You should talk to him.
I believe that Dr. Lee's returned to the Brotherhood. I thought she was a traitor.
Proctor Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just, what if I miss?
Don't.
Okay, sure. Firing. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing.
All right. It was nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum can be fatal.
Do you know what a 10-pound cockroach can do to a buoyancy regulator?
I guess.
No, smart. You want to see the Brotherhood's greatest warship brought down by bug?
All right. Just don't tell Ingram, okay?
Fine. But there's a reason. I'm not allowed near the instrumentation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna do that. I don't know, landing while in power armor.
I don't know about Scribe Naraya. I think she loves her little zoo a bit too much. Oh god.
Power armor. The power armor.
Greetings, Knight.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
That's a risky question, Halen.
I know it is, but I need you to listen to me for a minute. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. It's a plea. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Prydwen showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station.
It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth.
It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Bomboclat! Rich! Millionaire! Millionaire! Rich! Bomboclat! Millionaire! Millionaire! Rich Bomboclat!
Why? Through these objects? Keep moving!
Up next, well, I thought I'd play the ink spots with, maybe. I mean, that's what it's called.
You think of me when you are all alone. Maybe the world is waiting for you. Move like this. Bomboclat! Dude, I'm tired of... I thought that scrotum. I thought that said Scrotum Joe for a second.
Danny Kaye there, singing. That was Civilization. So, there's this thing I heard about. I'm not even really sure what to say. There are stories about, well, it's some big contraption that's being built out there in the Commonwealth. no one that's mentioned it, they don't know what it does. Not for sure. This next part, well, I mean, it's just people talking. You know, it doesn't make it true. Not necessarily. But it's been said.
Going down.
It has something to do with the Institute. Trying to fix up or make it disappear or something. Details. If I were you,
Do not attempt to flee. Justice will be administered swiftly and fairly.
Run the other way. You think Bob and Bing Crosby got into good fights?
Do not give up. Order will be.
I'm not surprised, Maxson sent. I'm warning you. If you leave here without following your orders, I'll be forced to carry them out. Is that what you want? I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
I wish you would have told me the truth, Dance.
I might have, if I'd known what I was. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No, I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't wish to debate this any longer. You've sworn an oath to destroy the Institute, and every synth that you find. No exceptions. Consider this your greatest test. Do you have what it takes to get the job done? What the hell are you waiting for?
You were willing to die for Maxson?
Whether I agree with Maxson or not, the Brotherhood has to remain firm and united. If I begin questioning orders, who's to say others won't do the same? I refuse to be responsible for that. Even if it means I need to die. Don't let your feelings about me cloud your judgment. This decision is bigger than both of us. It's about the future of the Brotherhood. We must stay on mission, no matter the cost. Now, do it.
For the Brotherhood.
That sucked, dude. That really sucked to do. It really did. That hurt, dude. That hurt. Damn. Damn. By golly gosh. That really sucked to do. That's some real loyalty there. I gotta say. That's some real loyalty. I didn't feel good doing that. I didn't feel good killing that dude. Really didn't, dude. He was a good guy. At least he was loyal. At least he's loyal. At least he's loyal. That takes real dedication though.
Now that Dr. Lee's arrived, I'm certain she'll...
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Danse?
He's no longer a threat to the Brotherhood.
Well done. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with. and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
Taking down Paladin Danse must have been a tough order to follow. You're in your debt.
Can't talk right now. Gotta clean up my little setup.
Greetings, pal.
I'm occupied at the moment. We'll speak later.
Where's Paladin Dance's personal headquarters?
Paladin Dance's personal quarters are located on the Prydwen, the Brotherhood of Steel airship. You can find his room on the main deck, situated near Elder Maxon's quarters, before the airship arrives. He is based at the Cambridge police station. If you have completed the quest Blind Betrayal, he may relocate to Listening Post Bravo. Would you like me to find the specific directions to his room on the Prydwen?
Where are they? I'm near the power armor stations.
Head up the stairs to the upper flight deck. Walk past the command deck entrance toward the back of the ship. His room is on the left side near the back. Would you like me to list the specific items you can find in his footlocker?
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan. That is all.
Is it the main deck of the ship? Is it the main deck? Is it the main deck of the ship? Should it say Prydwen quarters?
Actually, no. It won't say Prydwen quarters on the door. The rooms on the main deck aren't individually labeled with signs like a hotel. Since you are at the power armor station, follow these steps to find his specific nooks. 1. Face away from the power armor racks and walk toward the center of the deck. 2. Look for the staircases leading up to the balcony level. The main deck. 3. Once upstairs, head toward the aft back of the ship, past the mess hall / cafeteria area. 4. His quarters are essentially a small, open-faced bay. You'll know you're there when you see his personal foot locker, which is labeled Dance. Note: if you haven't progressed far enough in the Brotherhood storyline, the game might still treat that area as off-limits or just generic space, but that is indeed where he sleeps. Would you like me to check if there are any unique items or magazines hidden in that specific area?
Lancer Captain Kells. No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
Nothing to report right now.
Okay, this is confusing me. I'm at where Elder Maxson usually stands at, the command deck, just because I can't seem to find where it is. So I'm over here now. I'm near the stairs that go up to the main deck.
Thruster stable.
If you are at the spot where Maxson stands, the command deck overlooking the airport, you are actually one level too high. Here is how to get exactly to Dance's room from where you are standing. 1. Leave the bridge. From where Maxson is standing, turn around and walk back toward the center of the ship. Go down the short set of stairs. 2. Find the ladder to the main deck. Look for a floor hatch
Oh man,
ladder
I'm
in the
late
middle
for
of
muster
the room.
one more time.
It is right near
Captain
where
Kells is
Lancer
gonna have me
Captain
do
Kells
100
stands.
push-ups.
Take that ladder down. This puts you on the main deck. 3. Locate the quarters. Once you are on the main deck, the level with the cafeteria and the clinics, look for the door labeled Prydwen Quarters. It is located right next to the ladder you just came down. Important. This door is locked and requires a key until you complete the quest Blind Betrayal. Once that quest is finished, Maxson gives you the key, and this officially becomes your room, formerly Dance's. Summary checklist. Near Maxson, you're on the command
Attention.
deck.
Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been posted.
You're on the flight deck. Too low. The sweet spot. The main deck.
Ah, Paladin. Good.
Chat, I'll be right back.
this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Why is the Railroad such a threat?
Even with their relatively small numbers, the Railroad is a constant threat to our operations. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces, with a knack for disappearing when cornered. Worse still, they possess the capability to help synths flee the Institute. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need to plug the leaks. Destroying the Railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Consider it done.
Thank you, Paladin. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the Railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Prydwen. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good. It'd be a hell of a waste if you didn't.
I'm certain you'll do whatever it takes to complete the mission. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the Railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you're no good at hacking Pam's systems, you should take someone with you who can.
How about a bit of good news? If you haven't already seen it, which I did, so I know it's true, but not just something I overheard. Nick Valentine is back in town. He was gone for a while. Some people who are totally not me thought that. Well, they thought he might be dead or destroyed. Glad you're back. Never really talked. Like, ever. Now I'll play Ella Fitzgerald. I got this. Enjoy.
Nick's not the type to turn someone away, but he's only one person. So sometimes things just pile up. Huh?
down.
Secured and ready, sir.
Come back here, damn it!
Here we go.
Stay calm.
Come here. No. Find him.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Fuck off! Bitch! Fuck off me! Spray me with that shit! I'm a fucking dick. Fuck you too. That felt bad.
Hope you enjoyed that
I
song
knew these
by
people,
Warren Smith.
and now I killed them.
I can't take it back. Here's a thing. A sort of note, I guess, from a sponsor here in Diamond City, and I'll read it. Fallon's Basement, providing top-of-the-line fashion to Diamond City
Pam.
for over 10 generations.
Mode enabled.
Here's
Voice
End of the World
interface is
by Steve
unavailable
Davis.
at this time.
Well, I think maybe a little melodramatic there, Skeets, but that's just me.
Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface. Type RJ11G.
I just my heart go on beating. Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I learned goodbye. Do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye.
Hacking this is beyond me.
all, Paladin.
Well, it appears. Where are you going, Paladin? You haven't received your new orders.
Captain.
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
Those sympathizers deserved exactly what they got.
That they did. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pam, rather than allow it to be destroyed. We are having it brought to the Prydwen, where it will be installed in Proctor Quinlan's office. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should prove to be quite beneficial to us. Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime and requires your assistance. Congratulations on another successful mission, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
So, there's this thing I heard about. I'm not even really sure what to say.
Memory.
There are stories.
Attention. Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
Out there in the Commonwealth. No one has mentioned it. They don't know what it does. Not sure. This next part. Well, I mean, it's just people talking. You know, it doesn't make it true. Not necessarily. But
You
it's
look like you've been
said.
through the ring.
Well,
You're a Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
Do you think I did the right thing?
You're damn right you did. He was a synth, and he needed to go down hard. We can't make exceptions for anyone. If there was even an ounce of brotherhood left in Dance, I'm betting he would have told you the same thing. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Prydwen's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the Mass Fusion Tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Wish I was headed out to mass fusion with you. It'd be fun to slag some of his sins.
If I board the vertibird to mass fusion, will I not get to see Sean die?
In Fallout 4, boarding the vertibird for mass fusion makes you permanent enemies with the Institute. Since this locks you into a pro-Brotherhood ending, you will not be by Sean's side when he dies peacefully. Instead, you will eventually storm the Institute to destroy it and kill him, or leave him to blow up during the final assault. Would you like to know how to trigger the Institute's specific ending instead?
Can I watch Sean die and then complete the Brotherhood ending?
No. You cannot watch Sean's peaceful death if you choose the Brotherhood ending. Once you board that vertibird, you become an enemy of the Institute. This replaces his quiet passing with a violent final confrontation when the Brotherhood invades. You will still see him one last time, but he will be hostile and dying amidst the destruction of his home rather than passing away peacefully by your side. Would you like to know which quest is the point of no return for each faction?
Chat, we're gonna do it.
We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. Rough can be a little rough.
Made a lot of tough decisions today on this game, dude. Chat, y'all don't understand, dude. I'm gonna start a new stream.